and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight. This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight. This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following.
Good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen out there. You're welcome to yet another interesting edition of Newspaper Review, coming to you live from Power 365 Online Radio here in the city of Ibadan. On behalf of the chairman and the management team of this radio station, we greet you and we say thank you for being here with us all the time. My name is Olamide Adeniji, and I'll be bringing you major headlines from different news from Daily Independent, which is our favorite here at Power 365 FM as at today. All right, so let me delve into the major headlines very quickly because we do not have the whole day. Labour pulls out of negotiations over federal government offer of 48,000. Says proposal insult on the sensibilities of Nigerian workers. Nigeria's inflation rises further to 33.69%, highest in 28 years. Reps disagree. Step down motion to probe faulty presidential aircraft. And this is saying NATCA worried over inadequate ATCs to man airports. Senate asks Tinubu to stop fund allocation to caretaker committee-led local government. NUC to ASU, federal government working on constituting universities governing councils. Atiku kicks against plan to deploy 20 trillion naira pension funds for infrastructure. Others. 5 pro-Wike commissioners resign from Fubara's cabinet. This is also saying federal government reiterates commitment to utilize gas for economic growth, prosperity. 1 year not enough to judge Tinubu's government. That's coming from Reverend Father Kuka. And this is saying alleged unlawful naira printing. Again, Emefiele docked gets 300 million naira bill. And this is saying Odudua youths to Tinubu call Wike to order. Adeleke wants stronger ties with Glow others. Saudi Ministry of Hajj and Umrah launches 15 awareness guides in 16 languages. Unpaid 42 months arrears predates present management, says Nimet. CCD trains media practitioners on effective reportage of people with disabilities issues. Okay, so this is also saying Governor Sanwo-Olu loses Deputy Chief of Staff Soyawo. UBA Africa CEO advocates for secure funding partnerships. INEC caution to political parties against altering their logo, flag arbitrarily, welcome development, NNPP. Enugu government flags off sustainable economic empowerment program. And this is saying 1 year not enough to judge Tinubu. Okay, that's coming from Reverend Father Kuka. And this is saying federal government endorses groundbreaking clean cook stoves project in Nigeria. Nigeria's inflation rises further to 33.69, highest in 28 years. And there's this picture of Governor Seyi Makinde being chaired by intending pilgrims to Saudi Arabia during a farewell ceremony in Ibadan, Oyo State. And this is saying reps disagree, step down motion to probe faulty presidential aircraft. Uyo community cries to Governor Eno as gully erosion sweeps houses, sacks landlords. UTME infractions, two suspects still in custody over failure to meet bail conditions. Army uncovers 5 reservoirs laden with 225,000 liters of crude oil in rivers, arrest 5 suspects. Mosque explosion, our family feud led to tragedy in Kano. And on the political page, this is saying regional government can't work since states won't like to be subjected to it. That's coming from Honorable Muftau Egberungbe, who served as a member of the 9th House of Representatives representing Apapa constituency in Lagos State under the All Progressives Congress. Federal government must end the serial killings in Plateau, Benue State. And this is saying embracing citizen consultation, vital compass for effective governance in Nigeria. This is saying regional government can't work since states won't like to be subjected to it. Alright, so I'll take a quick break. When I return, I'll bring you more news. Hold on. welcome back. This is still Power 365 Online Radio, and this is our newspaper review coming to you live from our studios in the city of Ibadan. And then I'm bringing this first story, which says Labour National Minimum Wage. Labour pulls out of negotiation over federal government's offer of 48,000 naira. There are indications that prospects of birthing new national minimum wage may have hit the rocks as the organized labor on Wednesday pulled out of the ongoing negotiations with the federal government. Daily Independent learnt that the development came after the federal government and the organized private sector made offers of 48,000 and 54,000 wage respectively. The organized labor described it as ridiculous offer. Recall that the organized labor, comprising of Nigerian Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress, at their May Day festivities recently in Abuja, proposed 615,000 naira as ideal for a minimum wage for the working class. All right, it's an interesting read on page 1 of the Daily Independent. It's an interesting read on page 1 of the Daily Independent. Pick a copy of the Daily Independent to read this. Alright, so this next story is saying Nigeria's inflation rises further to 33.69%, highest in 28 years. Nigeria's inflation rose to its highest in 28 years as it hit 33.69% in April 2024. Up from 33.20% in March. The National Bureau of Statistics reports released on Wednesday showed that the food and non-alcoholic beverages category continued to be the biggest contributor to inflation. Food inflation, which accounts for the bulk of the inflation basket, reached 40.53% in annual terms against 40.1% in March. Alright, pick a copy of the Daily Independent to have a clearer read or a more detailed read of this story. Reps disagree, step down motion to probe faulty presidential aircraft. The House of Representatives stepped down motion to investigate the presidential air fleet and its maintenance budget following a contentious debate among members during the plenary on Wednesday. Recall that on Sunday, Vice President Kashim Shettima had to abruptly cancel his trip to the United States, where he was set to represent Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the 2024 U.S. Africa Business Summit. The cancellation was due to the unexpected issue with the aircraft. Alright, you may read more of that story. It's on page 1 of the Daily Independent. Then this is saying NASCAR worried over inadequate ATCs to man airports. The Nigerian aviation industry is facing a severe shortage of air traffic controllers, ATCs, as the department is left with less than 400 qualified personnel to man about 30 airports nationwide, apart from the various airfields across the country, according to Mr. Abayomi Agoro, the president of Nigerian Air Traffic Controllers Association. Alright, you may read more of the story. It's saying Nigerian Air Traffic Controllers Association, NATCA, worried over inadequate ATCs, that is, air traffic controllers, to man airports. Unpaid 42 months arrears predates present management, says NIMET. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency NIMET has explained that the issue of the unpaid 42 months consequential salary adjustment by the federal government predates the present NIMET management. Director of Human Resources of NIMET, Dr. Nasiru Sani, however, assured that as a responsible management, it is engaging the unions, updating them of its interface with government to resolve the issue. It's an interesting read. Pick a copy of the Daily Independent to read this. Oduduwa youths to Tinubu call Wike to order. The Yoruba pressure group Oduduwa youths on Wednesday urged President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to call the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, to order, explaining that it was time to stop inflaming the political crisis in Rivers State. The youth reminded President Tinubu that it was an electoral political crisis that led to the collapse of the former late President Shehu Shagari's government. Hence, he must call Wike to order in order not to drift the country into the negative development again. The Oduduwa youths gave the admonition in a statement issued by Comrade Ayo Bola on the state of affairs in Rivers State since the former governor handed over his successor. Governor Adeleke of Osun State has said he has advised Globacom and other telecoms companies to strengthen ties with the state, which he describes as subnational entities where the company's market lies. The governor, who made the remarks when he received the Globacom team in his office in Oshogbo, also paid glowing tribute to Dr. Mike Adenuga Jr., the company's chairman, for his belief in Nigeria. Alright, pick a copy of that to read more. Saudi Ministry of Hajj and Umrah launches 15 awareness guides in 16 languages. The Saudi Ministry of Hajj and Umrah has launched 15 The Saudi Ministry of Hajj and Umrah has launched 15 comprehensive guides aimed at assisting pilgrims from around the world, providing easy to follow information covering all stages of the Hajj rituals. This initiative is part of the ministry's ongoing communication and awareness efforts for the Hajj season of 1445 AH/2024 AD. Alright, so you can pick a copy of that and read more so you know what languages were used as guides. And from what I'm seeing here, the languages include Arabic, English, French, Urdu, Bengali, Indonesia, Hausa, Amharic, Persian, Spanish, Turkish, Russian, Sinhalese, Uzbek, and Malaysian. Alright, so that's about 15 languages. Why didn't they use Yoruba now? Alright, we'll query them. Why didn't they use Yoruba? And then we come to this. Governor Sanwo-Olu loses Deputy Chief of Staff Sonyawo. It's a sad one. And this is saying Mr. Gboyega Sonyawo, the Deputy Chief of Staff to Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, is dead. Sonyawo, 55, reportedly died on Wednesday after a brief illness. The State Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Gbenga Omotosho, disclosed this in a statement titled Transition. Alright, you may read more of that sad story. It's a sad one coming from Lagos State. Enugu government flags off sustainable economic empowerment program. Okay, just like Oyo State flagged off SAFA some months back. The Enugu State government has moved to match words with actions in his avowed commitment to reducing the poverty headcount index in the state through empowerment programs. This was evident on Wednesday during the flag-off of the first batch of the Enugu State Sustainable Economic Empowerment Program (ESEP), with over 200 participants held at the Enugu South Local Government Secretariat in Uwani, Enugu. Alright, so let's also bring you this story that's saying federal government reiterates commitment to utilize gas for economic growth, prosperity. In line with its renewed hope agenda, the federal government has reiterated its determination to utilize Nigeria's abundant gas resources towards revamping the nation's industrial growth and kick-starting its economic prosperity. Read more of that story. It's on page 6 of the Daily Independent. 1 year not enough to judge Tinubu's government. Catholic Bishop of Sokoto Diocese, Matthew Kuka, has said 1 year was not enough to effectively judge the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Bishop Kuka, who was at the Presidential Villa Abuja, where he met with President Bola Tinubu, said government needs to communicate to Nigerians when it will fix the current socio-economic challenges in the country. Again, Emefiele docked gets 300 million naira bail. Again, the embattled former governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, was on Wednesday arraigned on a 4-count charge by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission before Justice Marian Aneni of High Court of the Federal Capital Territory. Emefiele was docked over allegation that he unlawfully printed naira notes. In the charge marked CR/264/2024, the former CBN governor was accused of knowingly contravening the provisions of Section 19 of the CBN Act 2007 by approving the printing of 375 million pieces of color-swapped 1,000 naira notes at the total cost of 11 billion naira, without the recommendation of the board of the CBN and the strict approval of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Okay, this is saying federal government endorses groundbreaking clean coke stoves project in Nigeria in a landmark move towards sustainable development and environmental conservation. The federal government of Nigeria, through the National Council on Climate Change, has officially endorsed the revolutionary initiative aimed at addressing global climate crisis, environmental challenges, and improving. Read more of that story. It's on page 6 of the Daily Independent. Article kicks against plan to deploy 20 trillion naira pension funds for infrastructure. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar on Wednesday kicked against plan by the federal government to deploy 20 trillion naira pension funds to drive economic growth by investing in infrastructure, housing, power, rails, roads, and technology. There's a whole lot of story here, but as you can see, our time is fast spent, and we have no choice but to call it a day to give room for our Yoruba version of newspaper review. So until you hear from me again, do have a blessed day and a blessed time at work. My name is Olamide Adeniji, and I'll be bringing you more stories in the course of the week, or in the course of the week. So until then, do have a blessed day, and God bless you. Goodbye.
This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Power 365